What is up guys, welcome back to the ShiHai's channel, and today I bring to you my budget DP deck. So this DP deck is obviously gonna use Miracle Beauty as your other substitute grade 3 instead of grade Dayusha. So I've been playtesting this deck. I've actually won against Kankero once before. I won against some other decks like Tachikaze. I can't really win against decks like OTT because it's too strong, but yeah, it's a really fun deck to try and play out, and in under less than $50, I think that this deck is actually quite has the potential to actually play in casual for fun, but not in competitions, because most of the time competitions people play Great Dayusha instead of Miracle Beauty just for that more consistency. So today we're just gonna go run through the deck, and maybe you guys can give some comments or some suggestions on some cards that I can switch out or take out. So yeah, let's move on to the deck. First we have your starter Goyusha. So this one you can't really change on right draw 1, pretty standard. So moving on to the grade 3s. Grade 3s count, I play 8 grade 3s. So as you can see right here, they all have a force marker, which is the really good thing about this deck. So first we have Super Dimensional Robo Dayusha. So if I'm not wrong, it's Chojigen Robo Great Dayusha. So Chojigen Robo Dayusha. That's Jigen Robo Dayusha. You one. Anyways, skill. If this unit's power is 35k and above, it gains crit +1, and act once per turn, rest one of your rear guards. Rest any amount of rear guards basically, and this unit gains 10k for each rested unit. So it's quite good. It helps. This might be your ideal grade 3 at the start. I mean, you can write into Miracle Beauty, it doesn't really matter because it's a force marker, but you want to write Dayusha in order to first, obviously you want to write Dayusha first, or you can stay on Dayusha as long as you have 2 Miracle Beauty in your hand, which is your key card. And then you ideally want to stay on Dayusha because of that crit pressure, and you just rest one rear guards to gain 10k, which is really good. Moving on to the Miracle Beauty. So this is the beauty of this deck. So yeah, this is the card that makes this deck run really well, and most of the time you want to ideally have 2 in order to proc her skill. So Vanguard Rearguard skill once per turn. When he attacks the Vanguard, if this unit power is 30k or more, your cost will be count +1. Stand one of your other Miracle Beauty or Rearguard circle. So basically what it means is you have another Miracle Beauty on the field in order to use her skill, because it says count +1, stand your other Miracle Beauty on the rearguard circle. And the second skill is when this unit stand one of the other rearguards in the back row in the same column as this unit. So basically when she stands, your back row booster of her also stands, so it's really good. But the problem is with this unit, right, is you need to know when to stack your force markers. If you're trying to play Miracle Beauty on the rearguard circles, you ideally, when you write into force markers clan, you ideally want to put it to the rearguard circles instead of giving it to your Vanguard, because as I said, the skill requires you to have the 30,000 power and above for Miracle Beauty's skill to actually proc or work. So yeah, 4 of it in the deck is very essential. So as you can see, this is the grade 3 lineup. Alright, moving on to the grade 2. So grade 2s is pretty standard. I run a wide array of grade 2s, as you can see. So I run 13 grade 2s in this deck. First grade 2 you can see is obviously Dragon. So Dragon's skill is pretty standard. Once per turn, cost soul +1. Your Vanguard's power gains 5k until end of turn. Yep, your Vanguard power +5k until end of turn. And if this if your Vanguard power is 35k and above this turn, which is basically Dayusha skill, you this unit gets 10k. Yeah, so continuous. If your Vanguard is 35k and above, this unit gains 10k, which is quite good. In terms of getting that power to attack such a 20k beat stick. If you get a trigger, it's actually a 30k. It's basically every staple in every deck, so you don't really have to question me on that. Moving on, Cosmo Beak. So Cosmo Beak is one of the reasons why your Vanguard is able to hit power, even though if you really have nothing else to actually power up your Vanguard, because if you think about it, this deck for Miracle Beauty build, there is only basically Dragon and maybe what is it called? Shit. What is that? what's that card called again? Die Brave, right? Die Brave. In order to power out Vanguard, this card right here. So Cosmo Base is another one, but it takes out 1 card blast. Basically on call, command blast 1, this unit gains 5k and your Vanguard gains 5k, so it's a 15k mistake. 3. And then in this case, right, I run this defensive power because of my trigger lineup, in which I'll get to later. So as you can see, this is a very defensive lineup because you have to, number one, if you have to wait because you have to stack force markers, so you need to keep rewriting, and sometimes if you don't get Miracle Beauty on your hand, it's really hard for you to pull off the combo. So this 6 cards right here gives you your 4 of defensive power. First is Max After X. It's very standard. It's just a vanilla 10k on a booster. Not 10k booster, 10k intercept, sorry. Vanilla 10k intercept. So you ideally want to play at least 2 or 3 for that 10k shield. And last but not least, we got this Miracle Dandy. If you're not wrong, Miracle Dandy. Yes, Miracle Dandy is a very good card in the sense that when your Vanguard is at grade 3, this unit gains 10k shield on the Guidance Circle. So you can just intercept with him and he gains basically a 15k shield. Some people ask why don't you just run 4 Miracle Dandies and just cut down on Max After X. Problem is you can see that Miracle Dandy is a 9k base while Max After X is 10k base. So if you don't really want to ride into him on your grade 2, unless you really have to, you have no choice. This is why one of the reasons why I only run 3 of it. Alright, so total grade count is 13. Moving on to one of the cards where I don't run is Miracle, Miracle card. Shit, I totally forgot what's the card name, but basically, let me think of it. Miracle Cutie? Yeah, Miracle Cutie, alright. So basically the skill is, if your Vanguard's 30k or more and this unit hits the enemy's Vanguard, you may draw a card. If your Vanguard's 30k or more and this unit hits an enemy Vanguard, you may draw a card. So it's pretty meh. Most of the time your opponent won't let it hit, but there are occasions where your opponent will let it hit because he can guard. But yeah, it's pretty not necessary in this deck. You can run it in dimensional a Great Dayusha deck, not dimensional deck, Great Dayusha deck. Yeah, because this provides you another way of your draws, but in this deck it doesn't really offer much because not much power to power this unit up, unlike Great Dayusha deck. But yeah, you ideally want to just immediately rush and try to get your Miracle Beauty out from this deck instead of hoping to land on hit for Miracle's Cutie's skill. Alright, so moving on to the Great Ones. The Great Ones are pretty standard. We have 4 Die Brave. Pretty standard skill, almost the same as Die Dragon. So plus 1, your Vanguard gains 5k at the end of turn, once per turn obviously. And then skill is, the second skill is why it's important, is when your Vanguard, when your own Vanguard hits your opponent Vanguard, you may put this unit into your soul. If you do, you draw a card. So it's pretty good, gives you that soul charge, gives that draw power, basically 1+1, you get 1+ for 1 minus because you call this unit down onto the field. So it refreshes your hand size and make sure you draws into your Miracle Beauty. So for 3 Commander Laurel. Commander Laurel is a good card in this deck to run. Reason I don't run 4 because it's not really necessary, it's 6k base. Colors 1, rest 4 of your units. Choose 1 of your units, it gains, it doubles the power and it gains 1 crit until end of that turn. Is it end of the turn? No. End of the battle? Wait, let me check. End of the turn. I think it should be end of the battle. Oh, end of turn, right? End of turn. Okay, it won't be end of battle. If not, that'll be actually pretty shitty. Alright, so yeah, so sorry for, I need to check out the skills. Sometimes I'm very forgetful because yeah, I have exams and I don't really bother to remember skills. And as you guys know, I'm very bad at remembering skills. So yeah, hopefully you guys forgive me on this. Okay, here's the combo you want to run later. I will show you the combo you can run with Laurel later if you want. Alright, moving on to Die Mariner. Dimensional Robot Die Mariner. It's a good skill to use because makes your opponent throw down more cards in order to guard, especially when you're on Dayusha. So skill is when placed so plus 1, 2 more your Vanguards. For the battle that the unit attack, your opponent calls a Gundam from your hand, he or she must call 2 at the same time. So basically, if he Kanzens your Vanguard, if he perfect guards, he has to throw an additional card, so that's total 3 cards out of the opponent's hand. Or else, he'll probably just take a Vanguard, but most of the time, Dayusha with 2 crits is actually quite scary, because if you open double crit triggers, your opponent will most likely immediately just lose. So yeah, 3. And 2 Miracle Fairy Lalapi. So this is actually a support card for Miracle Beauty. Skill at the end of battle, they boosted card +1 for this unit. So stand Miracle Beauty on your rear guard and it gains -5k at the end of turn. So it's not good, not bad. The reason why I run 2 because it's only a 7k base. If you run into her, it's quite bad because it's a trigger pass for your opponent. And the skill requires Counter Blast, and it's not really that good because Miracle Beauty stands sure, but that -5k is really hurtful unless you really do get a trigger, and this deck requires Miracle Beauty to gain 30k power and above, plus it's not an XL deck, so you don't get front triggers at all. So I don't really recommend run more than 2, but yes, I've seen people run 4 just for that Miracle Beauty support, but I still think that 2 is the best in this deck. So total grade count, you can see right here, it's 4, 7, 10, 12. So total grade count is 12. Reason why I don't run Dilander, it's quite obvious because when you got 30k or more, your opponent cannot intercept. It's pretty meh in this deck. Sure, it helps sometimes and it's 8k base, why not, but it doesn't serve as much impact as all the other cards. Like here is the Laurel, we got Die Brave, Die Mariner, and Lalapi. It's really not that necessary in this deck. You can run it, I don't mind, but it might not serve great results if you actually run it. So yeah. Alright, moving on to the triggers. So the triggers is actually quite interesting because, as I said, this deck runs a lot of grade 2 defensive power, so that's why I run this trigger lineup in my deck. So 4 Diamond Ace Perfect Guard, that's 4 draws, 6 draws, moving up to 6 draws with this cute penguin, and then 6 crits. So basically it's 6 draws, 6 crits, and 4 heals. So it's trigger lineup might be a bit questionable for you guys. As I said, some people like to run just flat out 8 draws and 4 crits instead, just to have that Miracle Beauty up on a field immediately. But I think that 6 draws, 6 crits also apply the same amount of pressure compared to 8 draws for crit, because if you run 8 draws, you have to think that this is a 5k intercept, this is not 5k intercept, this is a 5k shield draw trigger. So you have to compensate your grade 2 with more defensive units such as either Mad Setter X or Miracle Die Dandy. Yeah, Miracle Guy Dandy, yeah, that should be the name. So bad with names, but basically, yeah, that's about it. And you have to think of you stacking your triggers. If you draw into a draw trigger, it's actually really sad. That's one of the reasons why I don't recommend running 8 draws as well, because if you draw into a draw trigger, it's basically a waste of a trigger, and basically a 5k shield in your hand. You draw into him, into another penguin, it's actually really useless. So yeah, that's about it for the deck profile. Now I'm going on to some of the combos you can do. So this deck entirely relies you on having Goyusha maybe as a Vanguard, and then we got Miracle Beauties onto the side. Let's just say you run into Goyusha twice. Okay, and maybe have this and Laurel. Okay, so it's pretty standard. Right, hold on. Let's get my force markers out. I'm gonna use vanilla force markers for now because I didn't really take out my force markers. Alright, so let's just say put it like this. So none on your Vanguard. If you want, you can do this kind of combo. It's actually pretty simple. So ideally what you want to do, right, is you can call out a few full field if you want. So let's just say activate skill, so +1, where opponent has to guard with 2 units. So let's put it up a little bit much nicer for you guys to see. Yeah, should be about there. Alright, so you can have an option to rest this if you want to give your Vanguard plus 10k. But okay, for this case, we're just gonna try to hit 30k on each column. So you can just call it like this. It doesn't really matter because you will need to have 30k for each Vanguard column, because as I said, Miracle Beauty skill you need to have 30k or more in order to proc skill. So you can just swing with your Vanguard. If you want, you can just actually rest this and give your Vanguard plus 10k because it's actually pretty useless, and you just hit. So your Vanguard swinging at 23k. So 23k it's fine. If you get a double trigger, it's interesting because you can either bet all in to your Vanguard in order to get a crit, but most of the time you ideally want to give it to the side. If your opponent consensus this trigger, consensus this attack, your crit triggers, just pump it all to the side. You can pump it to either one, up to you. So I rather pump it to the side because the side is actually quite good. It gives you a 8k booster. So let's just say we drive straight into a crit. So crit, and then the other one is basically blank. So you get one crit right here. So currently power count for this is 33k because of the crit and force marker, and then boosted it will be a 41k attack. That's actually quite good. So what you want to do is you attack with this first. So you attack with the left side Miracle Beauty. So left side Miracle Beauty is at 30k power count. That's fine, 30k power count but no crits. And then you swing with this Miracle Beauty, so it's a 41k attack, 41k power attack with a crit. And then after that, when you swing, since it's 30k or more, you counterblast 1, you stand this Miracle Beauty on the field, and then when this Miracle Beauty stands, you stand this in as well. So it's really good. That's basically what you might do for the combos somewhat. Yeah. So okay, after that you will do this. So after that you will attack with this Miracle Beauty. So attack, after attacking, it's still at 30k power because of the force marker. You may counterblast 1, stand a Miracle Beauty on the field. When she stands, you stand as well, and then you can proc this Lalapi skill. If you want counterblast 1, another one move into Soul, and you stand a Miracle Beauty on the field. So but she -5, so it's basically she's a 18k base attacker, which is not really that good. As I said, you can actually just move it here if you want, and just put Lalapi here, just for the fun of it, because if you stand Laurel is also as well as good as a 6k booster. But yeah, it really depends sometimes. But yeah, you can just move Laurel here to stand her, and then basically it goes for 13 plus 10 is 23, 23 plus 6 is 29, 39 minus 5 because of Lalapi skill. So 39 minus 5 would be 24k, yeah, 24k, and then this swings for 41k again. So that's basically what the combos you can actually do. Ideally you want to try to, let's just say, so stand. Yeah, it's actually pretty simple to do off the combo. As long as you have 2 Miracle Beauty on the field and make sure that their power is 30k and above, you can ideally pull off the combo quite easily. Another way is this. So what you want to do, oh yeah, the problem is you have to put this behind the Miracle Beauty because it's end of the battle that it boosted. Put it in your store standard Miracle Beauty. It can't work if you put it behind the Vanguard, unless you attack with Miracle Beauty first. I guess that's fine, you know, in a sense, but yeah, it's not really that good. Alright, so another way is first you count +1, you put 4 units to rest. So you can put 4 units to rest. You can put 4 units to rest, you double the power of this Miracle Beauty. So this Miracle Beauty is now 23, is 46k with a crit. Just swing your Vanguard first. Draw check. Nothing basically. If you want draw check, nothing, that's fine. So 46k, you first swing with this for 46k to crit. Counterblast, you stand your Miracle Beauty on the field. It's quite good. And then 46k, you stand this whole column, because when your Miracle Beauty stands, the back row also stands. So 46k, combo stand. Alright, you swing with this unit now, it's 31k, 23 plus 8 is 31. You're not wrong. Hopefully my maths doesn't fail me. And then activate skill because it's 30k and all, you stand this. And then when her skill procs, you stand Loyalty as well. So it's still at 46k plus a booster, so 46 plus 7, it's 53. 52, sorry, 46 plus 7 is 52 if I'm not wrong. No, 53, shit. 46 plus 7, yeah, it's 53, GG. My math is good, so basically 53k column with a crit as well. And then after that, you can call plus 1, shuffle into soul, stand. 46 minus 5 becomes 41, so it swings at 41k again. So that's one of the combos you can do. Make sure that your front, your Miracle Beauty always is crit. If you drive into a crit trigger, you ideally don't want to pump to her, you can pump to this Miracle Beauty instead. So this deck is considered one of the OTK decks as well. You try to OTK your opponent in a few turns, you wouldn't want to drag out the game too long, try to get your Miracle Beauty in your hand, and you need to time your Miracle Beauty very well. You don't use it too early or too late in the game, if not your opponent will just outright just end you immediately once you fail your Miracle Beauty turn. So yeah, that's about it guys, thank you very much for watching. This is actually quite a long video because of the demo. If you don't want to watch the demo, that's fine with me. Don't forget to check out my latest video in which I state my 400 subscribers and what do you guys want to see me do for my 500 subscribers count. Go into the link in the description below and take my super short, like 10 to 15 second survey of what you want to see for my 500 sub count. I am currently about 439 subs, so we're going very fast. I love that the community is liking my videos. Hope you guys like my videos, and I won't be posting any videos till AL4 comes out. So the announcement is here. I'm gonna open a big ass carton which is 20 boxes for AL4, and it will be most likely either live streamed or I'll just record it and post it onto YouTube on the day it releases, which is gonna be the 29th of August, which is Wednesday. Yeah, it's on a Wednesday, 29th of August, so keep a lookout for that. Until then, there will probably not be no video from me because I am still studying, or I'll try my best to upload maybe another video if I have the time to actually play and record. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys liked it. This is ShiHai and I'm out. Peace.